Today, I will be simulating 5 separate NFL seasons with the simple goal of winning a Super Bowl with one or more of those teams. Sounds easy enough, but the catch is I do not get to choose my own team, offensive playbook, or defensive playbook. That is right, at the start of each season, I have to spin this magical wheel of fate to determine which team I will use and which playbooks I can run. So yeah, that means I could potentially get stuck with some booty cheeks like the Chicago Bears roster and the Houston Texans playbook. So with the potential of said booty cheeks being on display, I've allowed myself 2 contingencies each season. I'm allowed to make 1 blockbuster trade each season, and I'm allowed to sign 1 free agent each season as well. So year number 1, I'm just hoping for something semi-decent, man. You don't gotta give me the Chiefs, but don't give me something like the freaking Texans, and the Ravens I will take. I can definitely rock with Lamar Jackson and the high-powered running Ravens. But remember, it's all about playbooks in Madden, so just because we're the Ravens doesn't mean, and are we really gonna get the Ravens playbook? Oh man, I was about to say, talk about luck. So the Jets, don't know if they really got a lot of read options in there with Aaron Rodgers behind the helm or Zach Wilson now, but we're going to be rocking with the Jets playbook. Defensive playbook, I would love to get someone like the Niners or the Steelers. That would just be awesome. Or the Cowboys and the Bengals. I mean, not the worst defensive playbook in the world, but certainly not the best either. And you better believe your freaking britches, we are going for the gusto here in year 1. Ravens offense actually really good. They got 2 X-Factor players. Lamar Jackson finally inked that contract before the regular season, so he is locked in. We got Mark Andrews, OBJ stepping into play for the Ravens, and of course Rashad Bateman. You got a great tackle in Ronnie Stanley, and a pretty solid running back duo with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. Defense pretty good as well. Now, will they be good running the Cincinnati Bengals defensive playbook? That's the question, but they definitely got some strong pieces. And sorry to say, John, you are going to have to call plays originally drawn up by Robert Saleh because we are not going to be using your playbook anymore, good sir. Let's just hope that our offensive line doesn't block the same way that the Jets offensive line blocks. And you know, I think first season here, we're just going to sim directly to the mid-season mark. I really feel good about this Ravens team, even though we're using different playbooks. The Ravens are really good team. They're easily the best team in the AFC North right now, and I'm confident just simming to mid-season and seeing what we're looking like. And we sit at a very respectable 5-2 record here at the mid-season mark, and really the whole entire AFC North besides the Steelers seems to be pretty competitive. We have the 14th best offense in the league, so middle of the pack. I can live with that, and our defense is top 10. So could we get to the Super Bowl here in season 1? I don't know, but we're off to a pretty good start. Lamar Jackson doing his thing, you know, I mean, nothing crazy, but a respectable 1,500 passing yards, 10 touchdowns to 5 picks, so a 2-to-1 interception ratio. J.K. Dobbins is doing enough, it looks like, about 430 yards on the ground and 5 touchdowns, so that's nothing to turn your head at. And I mean, good God almighty, sweet baby Jesus, do we have a lot of interceptions. Marlon Humphreys has 4, Marcus Williams 3, Roquan Smith 2, and then a bunch of guys with 1. So Cincinnati playbook, hello, that thing is actually doing us justice. It looks like we are not getting too much pressure on the quarterback though. Our sack numbers aren't really that good, so maybe we can look to bring in a really good edge rusher or defensive tackle via my 1 trade that I get each season, and maybe that can make us even better and a true contender. So it is worth noting that I did set the trade difficulty to hard, so we're not going to be able to trade a bag of peanuts in a lotto ticket to get some of these good players. We're going to have to really give up a lot. Taking a look at our defense, definitely right end is a position that we could stand to get a little bit better in, so I think that we're going to kind of take a look at the right ends around the league and see who we can possibly get our mitts on. I'm sorry, Brent, you're just not cutting it, my brother. Taking a look at the right ends around the league, I mean, could we really trade for a player like Aaron Donald or Micah Parsons? Aaron Donald's a defensive tackle anyway, so not sure why he's listed as right end. Bruh. But Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, would it even be possible to get any of those players? Well, 2 first-round picks, Devin Duvernay and Tyler Huntley, doesn't even really get the Browns interested, so I don't even know if this is something we'll be able to do. Let's see if this trade goes through. If not, it's going to be very difficult to get Myles Garrett, and it doesn't even really get them interested, so I don't really think this is going to happen. Maybe a guy like Calais Campbell. I mean, I know he's old, but we only need him for 1 year. We only need to win a Super Bowl. He's a lot lower overall. So I think that we try to throw in our 2 first-round picks. They also need a quarterback as well. So sorry, Tyler Huntley, you're just on the chopping block, my friend. They also need left outside linebacker, so Tyus Bowser you can go to. And just to hopefully push this trade through, since we're not going to need him, why don't we try to give him 2 second-round picks as well? Can't trade Tyus Bowser because he would put them over the salary cap, but I think this would still be enough to get Calais. So let's send this trade off to the universe, and done deal. We are going to definitely get better on the edge and hopefully get some of those sack numbers up. Also, our left guard is kind of trash as well, so why don't we just mosey on over to the free agent pool, and if there's somebody in the free agent pool higher than a 68 rated overall, you better believe your britches we're gonna scoop them up. I don't even care if your last name is Shatley. You are joining our team right this minute. All right, guys, just gonna sim to the playoffs. I mean, surely if we go 5-2 to start this thing off, the only thing we lost was Tyler freaking Huntley, and he wasn't gonna play anyway, so you gotta figure we're at least gonna make it to the playoffs. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Dude, what happened? We finished 10-7 and don't even make the playoffs. Are you telling me that Tyler Huntley was really that big of a deal? I gotta take a look at this schedule and see what the heck happened. So we know we started out 5-2, but what the frick happened after week 8, man? We got a dub against the Seahawks, and then apparently we forgot how to win a game as we dropped 4 straight, 2 of them interdivision, so that one really stings. We did go on a 3-game win streak at the end, but then lost to another AFC North division foe in the Pittsburgh Steelers. We were still middle of the pack in offense. Lamar looks like he played okay, but our defense definitely took a step back. We were top 10. So how do you take a step back when you add a guy like Calais Campbell?
That's not good. That's not good, you know.
And Calais Campbell did finish with 6 sacks, so I mean, you can't expect too much more from him. Actually, yes, I expect 12 or 15 Calais. So I'm just going to say you're the reason why we didn't make the playoffs.
That's not good. That's not good, you know.
Tyler Shatley also allowed 3 sacks too, so I mean, I guess at least he wasn't getting shat on by those defensive linemen. And if I could just get the Dallas Cowboys on this next wheel spin in any form or capacity, I would be absolutely thrilled, because we see, as you guys know, Dallas Cowboys always do so good in simulation. All right, well, year number 1 was definitely a bust, but we can easily make up for that if we can get a good team. And the Saints, or the Seahawks, maybe? The Seahawks? I mean, Geno Smith, I ain't gonna write him off, but you don't really ever see the Seahawks in the Super Bowl in simulation. But remember, it's more important about the playbooks. If I could get Dallas or KC right here, man, I would just be ecstatic. Just give me something good to work with. And okay, I mean, the Jags, I'm not mad about that. I feel like I sometimes see them in there in the runnings for the Super Bowl, so I guess it's something we can work with. What's our defense going to be rocking, though? That's the question. Hopefully it's somebody that can put up a fight, and the Raiders, no, that's kind of cheeks. All right, Pete, I feel like you retire every offseason in my franchises, so this might be your one last chance to get one more Lombardi trophy. Just make sure you run the dang ball. Let's see how old Pete here does with Doug Peterson's offense and Josh McDaniels' defense. I mean, it's an odd combination, but it could work, right? So the Seahawks, I mean, they don't really have too much weapons outside of their wide receivers. Kenneth Walker is good, but their offensive line definitely needs some help, especially center and right guard. And as far as their defense, I mean, it's looking pretty dismal. Bobby Wagner's here, but he's old. They got some good corners, young corners. They got Tariq Woolen as well. But really, it's nothing to write home about. Yeah, and it's the preseason, and Rodney Hudson, the center, is just sitting here in free agency, so I think that one is pretty much a no-brainer. Welcome to the squad, Rodney. The question is, why do you look so mad? I mean, is there any point in setting our objective for anything besides winning the Super Bowl for this challenge? All right, so I think we'll do this one a little bit different. I'll sim to about maybe week 4 or something like that and check on the team and see how we're doing. Well, we drop our first loss of the season, so we're not off to a good start. It's the bye week, man, and we're 1-3 here in week 5, so not starting this one out good. What the heck is going on with our team? Again, we're middle of the pack, 16th in the league in offensive yards, 31st, almost dead last in defense. So what does that mean? Do we got to go out and just get a big name defender, or do we try to do something crazy and trade for like a Patrick Mahomes? I don't think Geno's the problem. He's got almost 1,000 yards and only thrown 1 interception so far, so he's doing everything that he should be doing. Dude, I think it's the defense again. We only have 3 sacks to start this young campaign, and only 2 picks, one from our rookie corner and the other one from a free safety, Quandre Diggs. So, I mean, do I just go out and try to acquire like a Jair Alexander or a Trayvon Diggs type or something like that? And you know what, boys and girls? I think it is going to be corner. Devin Witherspoon is good, but he's young and unproven. Probably needs a few more years to develop. If we can get a true number 1 corner and slide Tariq Woolen into our number 2, maybe generate some more picks, maybe get some more wins. Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the league here in Madden 24, and I am going to see what it actually realistically would take to acquire Jalen Ramsey. I will pretty much give you the kitchen sink Miami's.
Okay.
So let's start by just unloading. We don't have a first round draft pick for next year. Yes, we do. Just kidding. LOLs. We do have one for 2026 as well. So let's just start by unloading all of our first round draft picks, and let's unload all of our second round draft picks too. Nobody said this had to be a realistic video here. Can this be enough to bring in Jalen Ramsey? And it's not even. With 3 1s and 3 2s, I do have the trade difficulty set to hard, but even that's not enough to bring in Jalen Ramsey. I will give you my star development right tackle, Abraham Lucas. 3 first-round picks, Noah Fant, and a second-round pick. If this isn't enough to get Jalen Ramsey, I think that he is just off the table. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! And I think that he is just off the table. All right, so I had to settle for AJ Terrell, but is it really settling? Because AJ Terrell is still a very good corner, and maybe he can be just the piece we need to get more than 1 freaking win on this season. Now we're looking a little bit better. Let the picks start flowing in, baby. All right, boys, we're 1-3. I'm just gonna go ahead and sim to the playoffs, hoping for a miracle. Luckily, besides the 49ers, this division isn't very good, but will adding AJ Terrell be just the piece of the puzzle that we need? And can we get into the playoffs here in year number 2? I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. What the heck did we do to warrant a 5-win season, man? I mean, it looks like we had trouble scoring. 7 points, 16, 20, 10 points. I mean, 0 points against the Commanders. I know the Commanders defense is good, but conflab it. That should not happen. We're losing games and only putting up 10 and 14 points. So that is definitely why we sucked so bad. God dang you, Doug Peterson. You just couldn't let me score any points, could you? What the heck did our team do, man? We were second to last in offensive yards. I thought offense wasn't a problem. I knew I should have chosen Patrick Mahomes, and we were also third to last in defense, and we never scored any points. This team was just awful in all capacities. We couldn't score, we couldn't stop teams, and we couldn't gain yards. Geno, I'm sorry, man. I just have to write you off, brother.
Come on, man.
And I feel like the key to life would be if we can just get the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like if we get the Cowboys, we will instantly, automatically, systematically win a Super Bowl just from them alone. Well, at least we didn't see the Cowboys win for the 7,438th time here in Madden Simulation. And Bobby Wagner says, nah, screw this. I am out of here. All right, I mean, year number 3, no playoff appearances yet. I'm not nervous, you're nervous, and I won't be nervous if I get the Eagles, but you know what? I'm actually cool with the Browns because the Browns got a stacked roster. Browns fans will tell you getting rid of Kevin Stefanski's playbook is probably a good thing, so let's bring in, are we really gonna, dude, oh my God. I was gonna say, what sins have I committed in my life? And you know what? The Dolphins' high-powered offense with Mike McDaniel might be just what Deshaun Watson needs to actually get it going. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll take the Browns defense. Browns defense is freaking stacked, but don't give me the Seahawks. Saints actually have a highly underrated defense, so I really feel good about this team. Cleveland Browns with the Saints defense, that could be a formidable option. And then you throw in the Dolphins offense, we might have something here, guys. Browns with a respectable 86 rated overall. Look at that offense, 88 overall rated offense. I am feeling very good about this one. But why does Kevin Stefanski look like he just did some nose nachos in the handicap stall? I mean, come on, man, dang. All right, Kevin, this is your chance here, man. If you don't get us to a Lombardi trophy, you might just get ran out of Cleveland. Taking a look at this Browns roster, like I said, they are really stacked on paper. I realize Cleveland fans will know this. They have not played up to expectations, but on paper, I mean, maybe a center with Ethan Pochich, but even that, I mean, they're pretty much stacked. And on defense, they got Myles Garrett. They just added Zadarius Smith. They got good secondary, Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome. Maybe they could stand to get a second defensive tackle or some better linebackers. But aside from that, this team on paper, they should win. And I mean, come on, guys, no brainer. Yeah. And yeah, let me just select it so I can get my hopes and my dreams shattered like I have for the past 2 seasons. All right, guys, we are doing this old school, just like we did in the first season. We are simming right to the midseason mark. I feel good about this Browns team rocking the Miami Dolphins playbook. We don't got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but we got Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. So, I mean, maybe that playbook can open things up and we can actually see Deshaun Watson look like a competent NFL quarterback. Okay, and I would say that is more than competent. 5-1, but again, this AFC North is highly competitive. Dude, in the CPU release, the free agent, I picked up Linval Joseph. Why? Why would you do that? That was such a waste of a free agent pick. I do want to exercise my once per season trade, and looking at the defense here, I don't know why they would release Linval Joseph, because now we got Tristan Hill, who's even worse. But I think bringing in a superstar or a superstar X-Factor middle linebacker or outside linebacker might just be what the doctor ordered. And seeing how we are rocking the Saints playbook on defense, why not try to trade for Demario Davis? We know he's going to fit in to the scheme perfectly. Welcome to the squad, Demario. I think you are going to be just the man to elevate us into a Super Bowl contender. Now we are looking a little bit better. Now we are primed and ready for a playoff push. All right, no monkey business here. We're simming right to the playoffs because I got a good feeling about this. We're 5-1. We're atop the AFC North. We got a great offense. We got a great defense. We just acquired Demario Davis. Can we get into the playoffs for the first time in this freaking video? And we don't finish first in the division, but at least we still finish 12-5, and that's good enough for a wild card spot, as we are going to be taking on the Tennessee Titans. It looks like we had no problem putting up points, as we're in the upper 20s in most games. Couple games on the loss column, a little bit less, but I see some 30s in here, a 35 piece, a 31 piece. Most games we look like we score in the upper 20s, and we were the 5 seed, so you know what? I will freaking take it. Question is, how did our players do? How did our team do? We were almost top 10 in offense. Deshaun Watson doesn't look like he had that great of a year. Defense, I can't even see what our top is. Nick Chubb, shout out to my man, 3rd in the league in rushing. But let's look at some of these players and their stats. So Deshaun Watson, I mean, he did have 36 touchdowns. That is nothing to scoff at. Only 9 picks. Would like to see the yardage be a little bit better. Nick Chubb does Nick Chubb type of things. Really hope he can get back on the field in real life next year. Almost 1,700 rushing yards. Found the end zone 14 times. Defense, though, look at who led our team in tackles. Yes, that is right. Demario Davis, and he had 4 picks as well. Denzel Ward was 7. Okay. So Demario Davis had 4, Ward had 7, Martin Emerson had 2, a bunch of guys had 2 as well. How many sacks did Myles Garrett have? He only had 4, which doesn't seem accurate. not on this planet. But at least the Darius Smith had 8.5, so I guess a little bit of a silver lining there. Why couldn't you win the MVP when I was controlling the Ravens, Lamar? God dang it. All right, guys, Browns roster, Dolphins offensive playbook, Saints defensive playbook. Is this enough to advance past the Titans in the wild card round? Please show me a W, and we do get a W. Yes, we advance on to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who Madden loves, so not liking our chances here. Looks like it was a nail biter too, 28-21. Let's see who showed up and showed out for this Cleveland Browns team. Deshaun Watson didn't do anything, only 144 yards, about like what he's performing in real life. I'm sure it was the Nick Chubb show, and it was. A $155, 2 touchdowns. That is our offense, and luckily we have Nick Chubb because nobody else really did nothing. Actually, you know what? We will jump in. Why not? I don't even care. If there's any way we can just get this Super Bowl victory right now and seal up this challenge, I would just be a very happy man indeed. We're playing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, so we know it's going to be tough. And if I have to jump in and save the day, that's probably not going to happen because I am not no Superman. That much is for sure. So let's jump in and see what happens. So zeros on the scoreboard. We actually take a early game lead. Now it's tied 7-7. Chiefs do respond. Chiefs have the ball. They answer. It's 14-7. We punt it back to them. Now they are putting on the offensive explosion, but we do respond, so we're still in this one. 21-14. Can we force the Chiefs to punt? We do. Now it's 21-21. This is what I'm talking about. We are in a barn burner. Can the Browns take the lead? We do. 28-21. Now the Chiefs respond. We get the ball back. Come on, score. 35-28. Hold the Chiefs out of the end zone. We do. We're going to get the victory, and we're going to advance. Cleveland Browns, Miami Dolphins offensive playbook. Defense wasn't really on display too much, but how about that? We knock off one of Madden's favorite teams, only maybe behind the Dallas freaking Cowboys. And no, I didn't force sim the win, you jabronis, just in case anybody was curious about that. And look who we have to take on in the AFC Conference Championship, our division rival, Cincinnati Bengals, who only made the playoffs by a short and a curly. We're 12-5, they're 10-7. No time to waste, my friends. Let's just jump right into this thing, get this dub, and head on into the Super Bowl. This could be the miracle run with the Cleveland Browns roster, the Miami Dolphins offensive playbook, and the New Orleans Saints defensive playbook. Can we do it? My screen is loading super slow. I'm trying not to do any slick cuts so you guys don't think I forced them to win. Here we are. We're at home. In Cleveland, at home in our stadium, and now we are going to dive in to the Super Sim. So come on, baby, let's knock off Joe Cool and the Bengals. They score first, but so did the Chiefs. Or no, we scored first last time. I don't know. 7-3. I just know I want to beat the Bengals. Now it's 10-3. Come on, Brownies, respond. 10-10. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Bengals answer with a touchdown. We don't score before the half. Can we score now and tie it up? We do. It's a real Donnybrook. 24-24. Come on. We punted it back to them. Bengals answer. Do I have to jump in? I might have to jump in right now. 8 minutes to go. 31-24. We got to stop the Bengals. Now the question is me jumping in a bad thing? That maybe we should just let the CPU handle it. Bengals also in the all-white unis too, so you love to see that. Very slick jerseys, and oh my God, there's Jamar Chase. Grant Delpit couldn't wrap him up, and Bengals are probably gonna score here. Maybe we'll get a pick or something crazy like that. We do have a good defensive line. Need some pressure to get some Burrow. Nope, it's going to be a catch and a completion by the receiver there. And now the Bengals are definitely going to score. And they do. Joe Mixon walks it in, so yeah, I mean, there you go. Hey, don't look now, but we got the ball on the 42, the Bengals 42, with still 6 minutes to go. So this game is not over, but that was not a great pass by me. And now it's over. Should have just let the CPU handle that, because that's probably GG. Next time, maybe I just won't freaking jump in. I don't know. Maybe that was the reason why we lost. Well, at least the gosh dang Cowboys weren't in it, and Joe Burrow and the Bengals suffer a defeat at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles. So all in all, I'm happy about that. We made it very close, but now we only got 2 more seasons to go to hoist that Lombardi trophy. Oh, you just get the feeling that was the one, and maybe I let it slip through our fingertips, but can we get the Packers? The Packers? I'm literally wearing a Packers jersey right now. How about that? All right, well, Jordan Love, we are teammates, my man, and I'm going to need you to ball out just like you kind of are in real life so far. Jordan Love could use the help of a good offensive playbook. Wouldn't mind getting Dolphins again. And Lions, I will also take Lions. How about that? Interdivision team getting another interdivision team's playbook. But Lions got a pretty high-powered offense. Give me freaking Niners or Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That would be lovely. Not the Giants. Please, I'll take Ravens, though. I'll take Ravens, though. I'll take Ravens, though. All right. So there you go. Green Bay Packers roster, Detroit Lions offensive playbook, Baltimore Ravens defensive playbook. I am not mad at all. Packers offense not that good if you look at it. Only a 77 rated overall. Lots of normal development players. Defense though is much better. 83 rated overall, and they got some superstars and some superstar X factors. I am making a trade right away for Travis Kelce, and I think this trade got pushed through because he is a 10-year vet. We traded every single first and second round draft pick we got, but we got one of the best, if not the best, tight ends in the league. Trade difficulty is still on hard, so quit harassing me, you freaking jabronis. Our wide receivers on this Packers team are kind of lacking as well, so we are going to bring in Jarvis Landry as a free agent to help bolster that wide receiver room. Packers roster, Detroit Lions offensive playbook, Baltimore Ravens defensive playbook. Let's freaking get it. Yes, 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 yes. Objective is to win the Super Bowl. All right, guys, we are doing the same exact thing. We are just simming to the midseason. I made all of my moves right from the get-go because I don't even care. I'm a loose cannon on the edge. We brought in Travis Kelce. We brought in Jarvis Landry. We got Jordan Love slinging the ball. Is it going to be enough? Let's see where we're sitting at the midseason mark. And okay, I will certainly take that. 4-2 atop the NFC North. The NFC North doesn't look to be very good, so the Packers may just be able to take the cake and win this division. Looks like a lot of close victories so far, but you know what they say, the only stat line that matters is the W, although we did lose to the Chicago Bears in week 1, so we definitely lose style points for that one. I might have to go week for week here for a few games, guys, taking on the my hated Minnesota Vikings. Let's improve to 5-2 on the season, please and thank you. Show me a big dub. No big dubs. We dropped to the Vikings, and now we're 4-3. We're keeping it rolling, taking on the LA Rams. Surely we can improve to 5-3 on this season. Rams are not very good, but we might not be that good either. Show me a 5-3 record. There we go, 5-3. That is what I'm talking about. How did we get a win when Jordan Love only had 104 yards through the air? Is that even a real QB stat line? Well, there was our offense. Aaron Jones, 123 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. Another big dub on the season as we beat the Pittsburgh Steelers and improved to 6-3. Yeah, we can end their win streak, and we're going to go ahead and insult him. They're not as good as the couch quarterbacks say. You know, we're going to go ahead and put the hurtin' on Justin Herbert and these LA Chargers. And we do, 7-3. Let's freaking go. Well, we are using the Lions playbook, so Dan Campbell should know exactly what plays we are calling every single time. But he must not have, as we improve to 8-3, but gotta watch those pesky Vikings as they are right on our tails at 7-5. Alright, no more monkeying around here. We are 8-4, top of the NFC North, but the Vikings are right on our heels. We play them in week 17. We're gonna sim right to the playoffs and just hope for the best. Can we get back in the playoffs, and can we make a Lombardi Trophy run? We don't. And the freaking Vikings sneak into the playoff with an 8-9 record. I just don't even have any words right now, guys. I'm at a loss of words, literally. We literally lost our final 6 games in a row. That is freaking-excusable. We were in prime position after that Lions win to make the playoffs, and then we lost our last 6 in a row, only scoring 3 points against the Vikings. How does that even happen? Well, at least the 8-9 Vikings didn't win the Super Bowl and absolutely haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. Last shot, boys. Please give me a good team to rock with, something I can rock with, and we are going to get the Rams, who are arguably, well, they were considered to be one of the worst teams in the league, but as I record this, they're playing semi-decent, but still, man, their roster is just dismal. Cowboys or Chiefs playbook, though. I mean, I will take Cowboys or Chiefs playbook, and we're not going to get Oh my God, dude. We're going to get the freaking LA Rams with the Broncos playbook. Wow. Are we going to let Matthew Stafford cook? Is it going to be Rams country? Let's ride. I mean, come on, man. Give me a freaking break. This could all be okay with Steelers or 49ers defense. Steelers or 49ers defense. I will take the Bucks. Bucks playbook is pretty overpowered, mostly on offense, but I will take their defense. I mean, with the exception of Cooper Kupp, this team is more or less abysmal on offense. And defensively, probably even worse. With the exception of Aaron Donald, this team is straight cheeks. I mean, guys, I feel like the only shot we have to even make it to the playoffs is to bring in Patrick Mahomes. I mean, this is literally the worst wheel spin we've got. And if I trade them Aaron Donald and a bunch of first-round draft picks, I'm guessing that's probably not even going to be enough to get Patrick Mahomes, but we're at least going to try it and just see where it lands. And even that is not enough to entice Andy Reid enough to part with the best quarterback in the NFL. So we will go ahead and settle for Jalen Hurts instead. And you know what? I am perfectly okay with that, because I can almost guarantee you Matthew Stafford wasn't about to get it done. And why not just bring in the highest rated overall defender in the free agent class, even though he's not even playing in real life? Welcome to the squad, Byron. Man, even with the addition of Jalen Hurts, this team is still straight doo-doo. And even with the addition of Byron Jones, our defense might actually literally be the worst in the league. This is our last chance, boys and girls. Please, this is probably the worst team we've had, and this is our last chance to make it to a Super Bowl. I'm simming to the midseason mark. I don't even care. I can't take this anymore. Just please, if we're gonna be dog trash, just let us be dog trash. If we're gonna go on a Cinderella run, show me atop the division, please. Please. Okay, I mean, we're 4-3, tied with the 49ers, so at least we still got a chance, but we are taking on Madden's favorite team in Week 8 here in the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I would say Jalen Hurts is playing pretty good, almost 1,600 passing yards so far, 15 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Cam Akers is not really doing too much, I would say.
Bruh.
Cooper Kupp is leading us almost at 700 yards, so he should easily be a 1,000-yard receiver this year, 7 touchdowns as well. And is the addition of Byron Jones even helping us? Has he done anything? No, he has not. But, oh no, he has. I'm sorry. He has 2 picks, and we actually have a lot of picks. Sacks, we have 13 sacks from Aaron Donald. So this team is at least doing something. I mean, if we got to go week by week, let's go week by week, man. Can you show me a big dub against the Cowboys? Probably not, because Madden is literally in love with the Cowboys, and no, it's 4-4. A dub against the Packers, though, puts us at 5-4, so we are still in this thing. You cannot lose in the bye week, so we are still 5-4. A big win against the interdivision Seahawks, and now we improve to 6-4. Yeah, and we got no fear against the Cardinals. We better freaking win this game. And we do 7-4 on the season, but those 49ers are right there with us at 7-4 as well. So eventually we're gonna have to surpass them, I think, if we're gonna want to make the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, boys, we would be in it as the number 5 seed. I think at this point, we just go ahead and sim to the playoffs and just show me a playoff berth. I don't care if it's a wild card. It's not going to be a division winner, but just show me at least a wild card playoff berth, please. Let's go. 10-7. I will take it. We are in the playoffs as a wild card team, facing off against the Carolina Panthers. And we end up finishing the season 3-3, so not the best possible record, but it was just enough to eke us into the playoffs. We had the 15th ranked offense, so still middle of the pack, just like most teams. Defense was almost a top 10, but taking a look at the individual stats, Jalen Hurts had a very good season. 35 touchdowns, only 9 picks, 3,600 yards. Would like to see that yardage up a little bit, but you know, keep in mind we're not using the best playbook out there. Cam Akers had a very good season though, a very good season indeed. Almost 1,300 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, carried the ball a lot as well. And Cooper Kupp, I mean, he is a literal god. He is an actual deity on the field. 1,500 receiving yards, 18 touchdowns, and apparently he was our offense. And unfortunately, Byron didn't get any more interceptions after we saw him earlier in the season with 2. I will certainly take Offensive Player of the Year on our squad. Cooper Kupp winning that honors. And who else would it be? Could you imagine it being anybody else besides Cooper Kupp? And look at that, we also get Defensive Player of the Year as well with Aaron Donald. You gotta love to see it. Could this be a Cinderella team to make it to the Super Bowl in our final season? Okay, well, this is it. Surely we can beat the 9-8 Panthers, right? I don't know. They're higher rated overall than us, but please don't let this be the end of our journey. Please give us one more Super Bowl run. That is all I am asking you, Madden gods. And that will, in fact, end our Super Bowl run, as we were not able to oust the Carolina Panthers. And that is where the Rams' journey will end, ladies and gentlemen. We lost a close one, 28-21. Valiant effort by the boys, but apparently it wasn't enough. Jalen Hurts just didn't do enough. We traded the freaking farm to bring in Jalen Hurts. We expect him to get 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, 195 and 1 touchdown, and he even outplayed Bryce Young. So could he have had a better game? That could have probably sealed the deal. Well, I did not complete today's challenge, which is very unfortunate, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. If you would like to watch other videos of me making a fool out of myself, click on the video here and I'm sure you will have a good time.